What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. That Geeky guy here, and today I'll be sharing my thoughts on the right hero to pick for ProQuest. Now, as guys know, ProQuest is getting quite close actually. In about a week or two, at least in my country, it's gonna be next week, I believe. So everyone is scrambling about looking for the right deck to play. Now, you might see a bunch of videos on YouTube suggesting the right hero to play. You know those tier list video where they talk about the different heroes ranking. Some are competitive, semi-competitive, not viable, and stuff like that. Now, it's not saying that those tier lists doesn't help. It does give an overview of some aspect of the hero that you should choose. But overall, what I would suggest you to do is basically pick the hero that you are comfortable with. Now, this tier list usually reflects the local meta of the content creator himself, him or herself. So that really does affect their perspective. It rarely is that it's not often that this kind of tier list actually take into account other countries' meta. So if you are maybe living in Hong Kong and you're looking for a tier list, and you might look over at a tier list from a content creator from US, and that tier list doesn't really reflect whatever your local meta is running. So I do know Hong Kong seem to love chain, so maybe chain in Hong Kong is something to be think about or something to be countered. So maybe in other countries' tier lists, chain is not at the top of the tier list, but maybe in Hong Kong it is. So it's really different depending on which region you are from. So what I would suggest, once again, back to what I was talking about in a bit, which is picking the right deck for your ProQuest event. So what you want to do is pick a hero that you are comfortable with, and then what you want to do is basically observe your local meta. So you want to look at what your local players are playing and basically modify your deck in order to accommodate those. So let's say you want to play Katsu. So Katsu recently has fallen off favor. If you take a look at most of the tier lists on YouTube, they're gonna say that Katsu is not viable. Now, it is maybe true in certain regions, but if you think Katsu will work and you are very comfortable with Katsu, you can make Katsu work. So what you want to do is observe your local meta and see what kind of heroes are going around in your local meta. Whether there are a lot of prisms, maybe there are a lot of dash, maybe there are a lot of viscerize and stuff. So you want to change your deck according to whatever you're going against. So you want to look at the majority of your local, basically whatever your local heroes are playing, local players are playing, the hero they are playing. So if you are going against dash, you might want to take a look at some of the new cards available to destroy items. You can take a look at, I believe it's Smashing Good Times or something that allows you to destroy items. You can take a look at that. And then if you want to defeat Prism, just basically play the usual Katsu and then, you know, pop the aura whenever possible. So there are these game plans and different cards that you can sideboard into your deck in order to make the hero work. So in that sense, there is no proper tier list that actually ranks all the hero in one list. Basically, you can't it's very hard to actually generalize all the heroes in a tier list. I'm also guilty of this. I didn't make a tier list of heroes previously, so I might not make such tier lists again in the future, because you are not looking at a global meta. So once again, my advice would be pick a hero that you're comfortable with and then look at your local meta to see what heroes are running around. So the recent SGC con where we have Bravo, Star Wars the show, that seemed to be the popular hero. Now the reason Bravo can run around so freely because most likely there are not many disruption going around. So these kinds of aggressive heroes like to hold their hand. So they like to have like 4 cards in their hand and then they have 1 card in their arsenal. So these types of hero get pretty annoyed when you try to disrupt their hand or disrupt their arsenal. So Ice Lexi or maybe Azalea, the OG Ranger, will do very well because they have cards such as Seek and Destroy, And then Lexi have a bunch of hand disruption cards that allows her to actually force the opponent to discard a card or choose block, or whether to block or discard. And then cards such as CNC comes into play, which is pretty good. And then you guys might want to take a look at Talisman Warfare, which is basically destroys all card in all arsenals if you manage to deal 2 damage. So there are a few basically there are few ways you can deal 2 damage. One of it is playing the Rosetta Taunt. 2 physical, 2 arcane is pretty easy to pull off, and then to trigger the talisman. So these are some of the thoughts that are going through my mind. And so once again, you want to observe and learn the local meta. So how you can do this is basically just to attend your armory events, and then most likely whatever hero they are playing during the armory event, just maybe 1 or 2 weeks before the pro quest, those are the heroes they're going to play. So you want to adapt your current hero to deal with those heroes. And also do remember that your hero must work with whatever 60 cards that you put in. The additional cards would be your sideboard cards. So those cards will be basically your strategy to deal with all these different heroes. And also don't try to basically fight. Don't try to, what is the word I'm thinking of? Basically, don't try to deal with all the heroes, if you may, but you must accept that some of the matchups you're gonna lose. So in order to make your deck more efficient, you have to accept some of these losses. So there are bad matchups and you can't do anything about it. You have to accept it. So instead of being a jack of all trades, you want to be a master of one. And make sure that your deck is really efficient as everybody does. So if it's aggressive, make sure it's really aggressive, and observe your local meta. If there are many Ice Lexis or maybe a lot of Rangers or maybe Olheims running around, you want to be maybe less aggressive, go for more a mid-range type of deck in order to conserve your attacks and stuff. So you want to adapt based on whatever heroes running around your local meta. So I'm starting to repeat myself, but you get my point. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's my thought. Sorry if I don't sound too well. I'm feeling a bit under the weather, and hence no face cam and stuff. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope my advice makes some sense, and see you guys in the next one. Do like, subscribe, all those good stuff, and see you guys in the next one. Sure, bye.